Hey, podcast family. Welcome to Motherhood in Black and White. I'm Kaanji.
I'm Tara.
I wanted to start this episode with a tribute to Miss Anna Jarvis, a woman whose name you might not know, but she is definitely a woman who you either admire and revere or detest and
We'll
resent.
find out which one it is.
Yeah, so a little story about Anna Jarvis, who was born in the mid-19th century and lost her mother around 1905. And after her mother's passing, Miss Jarvis wanted to celebrate and commemorate her mother. And so 3 years later, she hosted a celebration of her mother's life, honoring her, and then decided to make it her life's mission to make sure that all mothers were recognized. And in 1914, because of the efforts of Miss Jarvis, President Woodrow Wilson made the second Sunday in May a holiday to honor what he proclaimed as the tender, gentle army of mothers across America. Does that sound like us, Tara?
That does not sound like us at all. And I did not read that part of the research, so I'm glad I did not.
We women, mothers, tender, gentle. However, by the 1920s, she had grown disenchanted with the commercialization, and she denounced the Mother's Day holiday, urging people to stop buying flowers and cards and probably candy as well. And she launched an open campaign to remove the holiday from the calendar. Now, as we all know, that campaign was not successful. But Miss Anna Jarvis, who was born in the mid-19th century, who died in 1948, throughout her life, honored her mother and made it so that all of us are honoring mothers. She actually was never a mother herself.
I thought that was interesting when I was looking into it as well.
So it made me question, what is it you think about Mother's Day, Tara? Where do you fall? Are you someone who thinks that Mother's Day should be a holiday or someone who thinks that it should not be? The great debate.
The great debate. And much to your chagrin, I remain middle of the road on this. I could take it or leave it, but if I have to tilt one way, I mean, I think it's nice. It's nice that we have a day.
This is very interesting because I cannot stand the Mother's Day holiday, and I'm going to enjoy this debate with you.
Okay,
a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
So let's talk about it. So when Anna Jarvis decided to honor her mother,
Yes.
I think that the intent for Mother's Day is honorable, and it's something that should be recognized because we as mothers, it's good to be recognized, right?
Yeah. And I remember reading when I was looking at it as well, she wanted to honor her mother and the sacrifices of motherhood. And she really just said, I just want all of us, when you're at church on Sunday, the mothers get to wear a white carnation and then just write your mom a nice note and tell her thank you. That's really all she wanted.
Is that all you want for Mother's Day?
So a note from my kid would be adorable. Of course, that would be nice. I really just want to be left alone on Mother's Day. Like, if I'm going to celebrate a day where it's about me, I would just like to have a day where nobody needs me, please. That's what I want.
So your idea of celebrating Mother's Day is to forget that you're a mother.
Yes.
For the day. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a vacation. It's like a mother's vacation day.
Just so I'm clear, would it be okay if your husband and son only gave you a carnation and a card?
Yes, it would.
Because you're going to get yourself the rest of the gifts.
That's correct, because I am a grown woman and I will buy myself my own presents if I need more.
I see you. I know you.
I feel this.
Well, one of the reasons why I personally don't think that Mother's Day should be a holiday is because a lot of people aren't just getting cards and flowers.
Right.
And there is a pressure for people to give and give maybe more than they can. Last year, the average American spent $220 on Mother's Day, which to me seems like an awful lot of flowers and candy.
It does. That's a lot of money for sure. Yeah.
So I wonder what kind of gifts people are getting. And I think that it creates this expectation and it's the commercialization of yet another holiday. We in America and in other countries around the world have become increasingly materialistic. And I think that if we get back to our original intent to honor and celebrate mothers, it's not necessarily a bad idea to have a special day where we honor and recognize them. us.
Yeah.
But what has happened is it has become a Hallmark holiday where people are sending cards, people are buying flowers, making the 1-800-Flowers delivery people's day a mess, and spending a lot of money, making a lot of phone calls,
Yes.
right?
Mother's Day is the day the most phone calls are made, like out of the entire year, which, I mean, we make 2 of them. So I understand. At least 2 of them, honestly.
And it's a good time because it centers our focus collectively on moms and what we contribute to society.
Yes.
But my fear is that we will start to then only do it one day of the year. And people are making this really big deal of this one day. And I think that when you shine that light on that day, it takes away from everything we do the other 364 days of the year. And on leap year, 365.
I understand. I mean, I really get that. I remember one of the things I read when we were planning the research for this is that it's also been used, kind of as you mentioned, as a starting point for other campaigns. Like I know Coretta Scott King in 1968 used Mother's Day as a kind of a kickoff for a campaign for equal rights that she was working in. And I know in the 70s, it was used sort of as like a women's right, equal rights kickoff. It was like, hey, everybody's focused on moms today. So why don't we talk about, you know, how to support moms and women in general? So I think the visibility is important, even if it's gotten a little twisted. I think it does provide some visibility where everybody's sort of also inundated with, oh, hey, don't forget about the women in your life. Don't forget about the mothers in your life. And here's some things you could be paying attention to or participate in to help them and support them.
In addition to being an impetus for other movements among women, it was also usurped as they created Father's Day afterwards.
I know.
Because we can't have anything.
We cannot have anything. They were just feeling so upset.
So in 1972, almost 60 years after we got Women's Day, Mother's Day, excuse me, we got a Father's Day, which is what? I don't know. First, second?
It's the second Sunday of June?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. So we talked about this. So this begins my gift giving corridor because Mother's Day is second Sunday in May, and then my birthday is the end of May. Our anniversary is the second weekend of June, typically, which is also Father's Day. But Jason calls this my, like, just let the gifts keep coming on in, which I buy myself most of the time.
Right. And that's my point, Tara. I think with a lot of women with Mother's Day, a lot of us are the people in our household that are the gift givers. We are those people who buy gifts for our children, our parents, our in-laws, our partners, friends and coworkers and colleagues.
The kids' birthday parties, the teachers, Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes, we're at the end of Teacher Appreciation Week. And then we have this situation where some of us have small kids.
Yeah.
And so it's expected or anticipated that our partners will help them recognize us. And we want to make sure that our children learn how to start giving and how to start recognizing. But a lot of times they don't know how to do it very well.
Or they can't drive to go buy the gift.
and they're not old enough to buy wine.
Correct. That's true.
On my list every year. So one of the things it is sometimes for a lot of moms, and I don't know if it's like this way for you, but it's another thing for me then to have to do. And this year is the very first year that I did not have a chance to buy and send my own mother a Mother's Day card. I had it blocked off my calendar on Tuesday. I blocked an hour on my window to go to Hallmark, buy a card, get a gift card, and put it in the mail. But I got so overwhelmed with work and this new role that I've taken on, I didn't have the chance to do so. And as I shared with you, it has created an immense guilt in me this entire week to not only not be with my mother or grandmother for Mother's Day this year, and as I wasn't last year, but to not even be able to recognize. And I don't want my mom or my grandmother or my mother-in-law to think that I don't honor and cherish and appreciate them. And I just fear that because I'm not sending cards or flowers or candy, or a singing telegram or some Amazon delivery, that is a sign of my love or appreciation, which it's not. And same thing with my kid. I don't want my kid thinking that the only day he should celebrate and recognize me is the second Sunday in May, right? I want him to celebrate me every day and know that it's okay to just send stuff just because. And he should do that. And the same thing with my partner. So I think that is why, for me, I would weigh on the side of let's remove this as a holiday from the calendar, because for me, I think it adds more stress to my life and maybe some lives of women I know than it does good and benefits them.
You know, I mean, I won't argue with you. I understand what you're saying. I totally get that. I think for me personally, I don't know what the reason is. I can give you plenty of reasons, probably most of which are a little TMI for the podcast, but just growing up, I was never felt super pressured to perform for certain things. So while Mother's Day was a holiday, if I wanted to get something, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. You know, it was never a thing that I felt pressure about. It was always just a nice day to remember to at least say Happy Mother's Day to my mom. And so I guess I don't feel that kind of pressure. So for me, I mean, it's nice to have a visible day that you at least call your mom on the phone. It's just a nice day to remember that. Hopefully you do it all the time, clearly. But sometimes we're busy and, you know, it's a nice little reminder, like, you know what, I do need to call my mom or whatever. And so I guess for me, I don't feel that pressure.
Okay, well, let me play devil's advocate then.
Okay.
How would you feel if this Sunday you woke up and Jason and Gage did not recognize Mother's Day?
Okay, so I'm going to be really honest with you, and you're probably not going to believe me, but I really don't think I would be I would maybe when he was 2, maybe when he was 3, but I think this far down the road, I don't get too wound up about it. I probably would have in the early years. I would have been hurt.
I'm curious to know why.
Because I don't think holidays are that big a deal in general.
But why would you have gotten upset when your son was 2 or 3 when he clearly could not have gotten you a gift?
So, it would have been mad at my husband, not my son. But and that's because, you know, with 2 and 3, I was still in the hormonal throes of having a young kid and sleep deprived, and I needed somebody to treat me special every now and again. So I feel like probably in those early years, I may have gotten a little bit hurt by it, but I don't. Today, I really don't have too much attached to it.
I've had more conversations in the 11 years that I've become a mother. Oh, no, wait, how old is he? He's 12. In the 12 years since I've become a mother, about disappointment and missed expectations from fellow moms than I ever expected or anticipated having.
Yeah.
The number of times I've heard from other moms who were disappointed in the gifts that they've received, and the times that they have felt a lack of appreciation, even so much that it was a very popular Saturday Night Live skit over the Christmas holidays.
Yes,
remember?
Right, the robe.
The robe. And if you have not seen that podcast, family, go ahead and Google that YouTube clip. Was that Kristen
Wiig?
Yes. And I think it resonated with so many moms about how everyone else in the house got all of these presents and gifts, except for the mom, who, and, you know, even the cat and the dog got gifts. But it was showing that we give and give and give and give and give. And one day a year, people are expected to give back to us. And what happens on that one day a year is, because of the commercialization, flower industry is getting very wealthy. Hallmark is making bank.
Right.
All of the telephone carriers are, you know, seeing their phone calls
racking up.
And jewelry stores like K Jewelers, Zales. Is Zale still in business?
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of Jared on the TV right now.
Yes. Go to Jared. It's going to make her happy. So there are these expectations. And because we have constant feed of information and commercials and ads, I think that a lot of people are starting to expect stuff and things for this holiday. And I just feel and I wonder what happens if people aren't able to live up to those expectations, and how it's going to feel for a lot of women who might get disappointed for Mother's Day. I mean, I've had times where I have been disappointed, where I have, in my heart of hearts, maybe expected an acknowledgement, or to wake up to breakfast in bed, or my favorite songs playing on the radio, and then to wake up and have that not happen. What it's done is it's kind of crushed me a little bit.
Yeah.
So for me, I understand personal disappointment because of lofty expectations. But I don't think that's the only reason why Mother's Day can be hard or challenging for a lot of women. You know, what do you think, Tara?
Yeah, I know for me, like, I'll just speak personally, my relationship with my own mother has had its ups and downs. And so there were years there that Mother's Day was really tough for me because I didn't really feel like that Hallmark TV movie connection with my mom. And I would see that out in the world and I'd be like, oh, it's not really, or I'd read the cards to pick one out. And I'm like, no, these really feel like how I feel. You know what I mean? And so I think it can be really hard for women who maybe don't have a relationship with their mom or lost their mother or want to be a mother really badly. And, you know, they're seeing these celebrations and expectations really high. I think it can create some pretty complex emotions.
I can't even imagine what it's like for women who've lost children on this type of day.
Yeah.
The commercialization and the visibility of this holiday really shines a light in our society about what we expect a mother to be.
Yes.
And how we define what a mother is.
Yes.
So if you lose your child, are you still a mother?
Right.
If you take care of a whole bunch of children that are not biologically related to you, can you still be considered a mother? And these are issues that I think we have. And you actually had a really good idea, Tara, offline about what you think we should celebrate the second Sunday of every month instead of calling it Mother's Day. It wasn't like alliterative or anything really cool name, but the idea was there, right?
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it is. What I know I've said in the past is I believe that all women mother something. I think we are all in different times of our lives mothering something. We're birthing businesses. We're mothering animals. Maybe we have children. Maybe we're taking care of our parents and now we're bringing, that nurturing mothering to them. So why can't it just be like Happy Women Are Awesome Day? You know what I mean? Or Happy Nurture Day. I don't know. We can come up with something that's a little bit more inclusive.
Yeah, that title got to go.
It's not good.
It's not good.
I'm going to think about it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you make a great point about the commercialization creating expectations that paint a picture that can be very excluding and can create some pretty hurt feelings across the board. Not just because I didn't get a present, but maybe because by definition that the mass media says, by that definition, I'm not a mother, but I feel like I'm a mother in this way or that. You know what I mean? So like I was on a call with my team this morning and somebody said Happy Mother's Day to me. And I said Happy Mother's Day back to two that have kids. And then there were two women that don't, but they both have dogs. And I was like, and Happy Mother's Day to the dog moms. You know what I mean? Like everybody can celebrate.
And in my new role, working at a company to support inclusion, this is a huge issue. It's all, do we wish Happy Mother's Day to everyone who's a mother? But then, like you mentioned, there might be women who are on a journey that they don't even speak of.
Right.
And so how will that feel to them?
Yeah.
So when we try to be inclusive, it's hard when we start to pick and choose. Like, we're going to recognize all the mamas out there, leave early today.
Right.
And I was like, I want a day off early. So
like,
I'm going to leave early too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not leaving to spend time with my kids.
That's right. But hey, I want some time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're entering this season and it's a season where we have Mother's Day and then we have Father's Day. And some people are going to choose to celebrate either, both, neither. And I think that both of these holidays bring up big feelings and strong feelings because of family dynamics.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see the opinions that people have and where they fall on the spectrum, because there's no right or wrong answer here. Some people can think that Anna Jarvis should be sainted because for what she did to recognize mothers, and some people think she should be vilified. Like, why did you do this to us?
And if celebrating Mother's Day is your thing, and that's the day that you put your mom on a big fluffy pillow and feed her breakfast in bed and just make it all about her, I support that. Like, there's nothing wrong with any way you want to celebrate it or any way you want to view it. I think that's the great part about, you get to decide if it's important or not and how you want to celebrate it. So I think that's why I land more on the yes side. I think the visibility is nice, but I do encourage people to celebrate it however they like or don't want to. That's fine too. I
think that you missed the opportunity to be a lawyer because that was the most lawyering and sidestepping.
I would be a fantastic lawyer. Listen, I went to state cross-examination debate in high school. Lawyering was my calling. I just missed it.
Tara's like, when you ask me this yes or no question, my answer is going to be a very strong possible.
Neither. And or.
Both.
That's the Gemini in me, I think.
Yes. Two sides.
That's
and
right.
I think that's why I love you, because I'm a Gemini and our producer just knows that we have way too many personalities in this room right now.
That's true.
You know, again, like it's been heavy on my heart that I did not get this recognition out to my mother, but I would like to use this platform to let her know how I feel. And it's, even if she does not listen to this episode until a day that's not Mother's Day, which hopefully she will, and she's still talking to me, I would like to close this episode with a quote for my mom. It's a quote that I know you are going to love, Tara.
Oh, man. Well, before we do, I want to make sure it has its own space. So, guys, thank you for joining us today. Make sure you don't miss any episodes in the future. You want to follow us on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you're listening to podcasts. We love having you with us each week. We want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all who celebrate, however you celebrate. We hope you have a wonderful day.
And to my mom, I would like to end this with words of appreciation for her and words of appreciation for every mother out there. And I hope if you don't recognize this, Tara definitely will, and I think she won't laugh. Because when I was low, you were there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I could see you coming home after work late. You were in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. You were just working with the scraps you were given. You made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now, the road got tough. You were alone. You were trying to raise bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You are appreciated. By the great Tupac Shakur. So, Mom, you are appreciated. All the mamas out there, you are appreciated. With that, please know we are always with you. And Tara and I thank you for listening this week and every episode. Guard your health, mental, physical, and spiritual. Take good care.
It was hard not to say it along with you. I was like, I need the beat.
No, but I was just like,
You can't say it better than that.
I was like, I got to change some of the lyrics because the English grammar is just wrong.